Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fire Force Chapter 226. When we last left our heroes, we had a little bit of a hiccup on our side, where the last 14 pages were first when I was reading it. It was eventually fixed, so whatever. But anyway, while Hibachi and Benimaru were squaring off, Beni launched into a flashback about some time he got in a fight with Kantaro, and Hibachi got real pissed at him. And there was some talk about, Beni not feeling like he's worthy of leaving Asakusa, which will eventually tie into Beni's introductory arc, way back when. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure where we're going with this flashback, so let's just jump right on in, chapter 226, when all's said and done. Our picture here is what looks like a Buddha, smoking a cigarette. Amid the swirling flames of hell resides a rowdy Buddha. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. So we open where we left off, in the flashback, with Conro and Hibachi talking. And Conro asks him, only a goddamned idiot can handle the Asakusa Hikeshi? As extra translator note, Hikeshi is the firefighters, again, just to kind of differentiate them from the Fire Force. Damn straight. We ain't like those fire soldiers and their holy Saul. And Conro just looks at him. Those fire soldiers take lives all under the divine protection of their sun god. Point is, God ain't gonna take responsibility for it. But us, we take lives with our own two hands. I might have read that order wrong, but anyway, you get the idea. Now I know God ain't gonna clean up our messes. Can't put the responsibility on nobody but us. The lives we take, we just gotta bear them ourselves. So yeah, here we're kind of seeing, though, a return to the kind of thinking that we saw in, like, the really early parts of the series, where, like, every single Infernal, the cast felt the weight of that. Things like Obi, telling Arthur and Shinra to put their weapons away in episode 2, with the Infernal just, like, sitting at the dining room table. The series kind of, moved away from, in favor of, conspiracies and epic fight scenes, but here we're kind of seeing that kind of, and it shows up occasionally, but this is kind of the most direct description, enunciation of that thought process we've seen in a long, long time. Anyway, so where was I? The lives we take, we just gotta bear them ourselves. And then he, like, leans back. Now who could handle that but a goddamned idiot? Conro just, like, takes that all in. I also love the shadow work we have going on with Hibachi here. I'm not sure why it's there, but it's really interesting. Maybe it's foreshadowing, maybe it's, I guess not foreshadowing, but sure, like doppelganger foreshadowing. How he has a shadow self that will, in the present, be a big threat. I don't know. And who can handle that but a goddamned idiot? And Conro asks, and Beni, yep, he gets it, in his own way. He already knows just how heavy that burden is, so I don't want it. So he can't use the Nichirin. That's Conro. So somehow, Beni not wanting to be the leader of Asakusa leads to him not being the Nichirin, not being able to use the Nichirin. I'm not quite sure I follow, but Hibachi continues. There's only one woman I ever loved, ever will love, and when she went and died, she didn't leave me with a brat of my own. I forced that stray pup to be my heir. Conro smiles at him. Quite the pup you found. It's just like you said, Conro. Can't let him go turning into a monster. Beni thinks he's just an idiot. Yep. And if that's what the kid believes, I'm gonna let him keep on believing it. He's gotta realize it for himself. And you ain't gonna tell him. And Conro kind of takes that in. I'm trying to remember exactly how, because of course at the end of the Asakusa arc, Beni, becomes the leader. He takes command of the Asakusa incident. Tells everyone to beat the crap out of each other in order to stop the clones, and becomes the leader. I don't know, but I don't know if Conro ever, laid out what Hibachi is talking about here to Beni. Even if Beni does kind of already get it, according to Hibachi, I'm not sure. Anyway, once he can do a proper Nietzsche read for himself, I'll tell him. And Conroe kind of like closes his eyes and smiles. Yes, master. And then we see fires broken out within Infernal. Fire! Fire! It's an Infernal! The Matoi are prepared. Hibachi, Conroe, Beni, the other Hikeshi all go to fight the Infernal. We see a close-up on Beni's eyes. We see the Infernal again. And a man comes up to Hibachi. It's Sako-chan. Got it. Now stand back. A little boy grabs Hibachi's arms. You can't. Please. Mom hasn't done anything wrong. Don't kill her. You Sako's kid? Please, just let her go. Sorry. It's gotta be done. I'm begging you. She raised me all by herself. I'm finally old enough to be able to pay her back for that. Just let her go. And then Hibachi shoves him back. You're gonna get hit. Stand back. And Benimaru holds the kid in a lock. Benimaru, let me go. You understand, don't you? Do you want me to be an orphan like you? Oh, that's not the right thing to say to anyone, kid. What the fuck? And Hibachi stands in front of Sako. Deal with it. And Hibachi just, punches her. And, this whole part of her chest just, disappears. She fades away. And the kid watches this in shock. And, he starts, tears forming. He, grits his teeth in anger. And Hibachi responds, 9,568 people. That, and then I guess we cut to some time later. They're back at Hibachi's house. You know what that number is, Benimaru? Yes, master. It's the total number of infernals the Asakusa Hikeshi have laid to rest. We've killed 9,568 people. And today makes 9,569. Benimaru, just listen silently. I've stolen 278 lives with my own two hands. I have to live with that. And I'm gonna keep on killing. Asakusa is my town. But I can't do this forever. Benimaru, how long are you gonna keep running for? Find your resolve. The kind of resolve that'll let you carry people's deaths. That's what being an Asakusa Hikeshi means. Get the hell out, Benimaru. And he stands up. Don't come back until you have the resolve to bear the weight of the sun. The kanji for sun here spells out the Nichirin, obviously. So yeah. And so Benimaru, sometime later, Benimaru is sitting on a rooftop, being responsible for people's deaths. There's only one man who can bear the weight of the sun. One man who can do the unthinkable and spit in the face of their sham god. There are no gods in Asakusa. The head of the firefighters is responsible for everyone here, the living and the dead. We see a list of the EI chop forms. Form 1 is Red Moon, or Fire Moon. Form 2, Moonlight. 3, Daybreak. 4, Red Sun. 5, Sunset. 6, Dusk. And 7, Nichirin. And we have a bit of a panel of Hibachi saying, as long as I head the Hikeshi, Asakusa is my town. And Beni thinks, to bear the weight of the sun, to take all the emotions of the lives you snuff out, their sadness, their anger, their hate, and change them like the sun. How long am I going to make that senile geezer carry me? You think I'm running, old man? If you want resolve, I've got it. I've had it since the Hikeshi took me in. And Beni leads out his hand and clenches a fist. Asakusa is my town. Which, again, I'm not quite sure how that tracks onto Beni's initial arc, where he was kind of running away from leadership and specifically trying to make Conroe out to be the town's leader. As in the climax of that arc, he tries to make Conroe the one who calms the town down. And his big moment there is accepting that he is the one who has to lead the town. Which kind of seems to be what he's doing here. So it's a weird bit of I might say it's repeating his arc, but it makes his first arc repeating the arc. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not quite sure I follow it. But anyway, Hibachi's walking down an alley and he looks up. Finally found your resolve, huh? Maybe I said too much. That goddamned idiot. And Hibachi keeps walking, and we see a spark on the ground. Hibachi walks and we see a spark where his foot was. And Hibachi kind of, like, notices something. And it's the kid. Sako's son. I think has stabbed Hibachi? His end came because he never stopped bearing that weight. Benimaru finally found his resolve. We never have a chance to tell his master. To be continued, chapter 227, Regret. Okay. So maybe I'm trying to find a way to tie this in with the Asakusa arc. Maybe what ends up happening is that, he, has his resolve for this moment, and then Hibachi dies for that resolve, and then he runs away. He can't bear that weight because he just saw what happened to his father. Maybe that's what's going on here. Possibly. I don't know. We'll kind of have to wait and see there. But anyway, the chapter itself is nice. It still has, classic flashback problem of not moving the plot along, but it's a flashback chapter. What are you going to do there? But yeah, we do see, as I said earlier, the return of that kind of ethos we saw at the very beginning of the series of, you have to carry the weight of all of the, like, the Infernals are humans, and you have to carry that weight. Which, of course, has been especially added on to with the doppelganger reveal. But yeah, I don't know. There's really not a whole lot to say about this chapter that I didn't say while I was reading the chapter. I do like the reminder that, like, the Asakusa Hikashi keep a tally of all the people they've killed since, the past 200 years, since spontaneous human combustion began. And it's 9,569 now with Sako. 278 personally by Hibachi. It's a really nice beat. It's something we haven't really seen lately while we've been dealing with, the actual plot. And then, we have the son killing Hibachi, which I imagine which will hopefully tie Beni back to the place we saw him at the start of the series, trying to deny his leadership. I don't know. But yeah, it's still just kind of a weirdly placed flashback. It's just kind of like, I guess it illuminates a little bit of Beni and Hibachi's relationship, but I mean, Hibachi's whole presence is kind of weird. He's just introduced and then all of a sudden becomes super important. Like not retcon super important, but like, he's all of a sudden placed in the narrative of the past. It's why, Hibachi has to have all these flashbacks. Because, he's dead, but also his doppelganger is here. So, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm not really in a great mental state tonight, just in general, so sorry this video is coming across a little bit rambly. But yeah, Hibachi has been stabbed. He's probably going to die here, just because we know that he's dead in the present. But we'll have to wait next week to see that. So that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!